Hi out there in the YouTube world, me again, the Puzzle Master, coming at you with a quick video that is going to be about global depression. Because a lot of people out there, not me, because I'm pretty good at like buffering this crap and just being like, no shit off my shoulder, like it doesn't really affect me because I had this epiphany that I want to share with you people, is that when you wake up in the morning, you don't gotta be feeling like P. Diddy and you gotta slam back some alcohol to mask pains, or have cigarettes to mask pains, that are all created in the system of the beast, which isn't your system. They know how to manipulate you. Like, that's why TV commercials, advertisements, all that kind of stuff, even though even with the third eye fully activated, you're still in a beast body. It still has primal urges, things that they can use and manipulate and twist to be negative. And then by having those words have negative connotations, if they are something that you have or hold in yourself as a definition as to your character, then it can like fragment you, which is what they do if you look up MK Ultra. Or just anything that has to do with PSYOP agents, which are psychological agents that specialize in psychology and knowing how our brains work. And not just the physical psychology, but when it comes to do with like remote viewing and things of esoteric nature, it really boils down to this. So when you turn on the TV, you're watching the news, none of that is good news. But there is good. There is good going on out there. There's tons of it. And if you just meditate by a river, you will feel the bliss of like what's going on in nature and what's always going on, until you are distracted by like all the crap that they perpetrate on TV. And it's just all lies that we are bought into believing, which then causes ourselves to become depressed because they're like, oh, there was a bombing and a terrorist. Oh, there's an outbreak. Come get your vaccines. It's all just fear, and none of it's love. And that's why I think alternative media, like YouTube, like this video, is very important for the future. And that's why it's also being heavily chained down right now, because they've regretted a lot of what's happened with the internet, because it's caused such a spreading of information that a lot of things cannot be cannot be undone once it's been out there into the public, once you've assimilated it, because people can download shit. We can grab the file, spread it. It's unstoppable. And the only thing that makes it seem to like a standard sheeple people is that from watching the media on the TV, they're never going to portray how it really is, because it never was the truth, and so it therefore can never be the truth. It's all just manipulating lies that are being used on our consciousness to give them profit. It's a buy and throw away society where we're just generating all of this crap, all of it around us. And none of it's good. It's all destroying the earth. And native people and lots of like people who were indigenous and to the land originally, and who understood the spiritual laws and teachings that we're not supposed to come into the world and leave a huge imprint or carbon print or huge crater in the ground that we mined out because we needed to extract all this ore for our selfish ends. None of it's necessary. And a lot of what's on TV is just so negative that if we focus on it, then it's going to affect us in that way. And it imprints our consciousness, because moods are contagious. And they're freaking Satan. Like, they are and I do want to just very quickly just say that the whole principle of duality does really boil down to, it's just all gray, okay? Like, there is no divine pure white light. There is no evil darkness. There is balance. it's how it's a cosmic law. There is always balance, and there's always free will, meaning that you cannot impose your will on people and force change. Like the people, we are born into a system, a corrupt system, and lots of people have tried to change it. And don't worry about changing it. Put out love and light, and if it, like Jesus, or like Emmanuel, whatever his name was, he made a difference for a time, but, then it's the same old system. They can suppress and burn all the books, and then in 10, 20 years from now, everything in our school is going to become digitized, and they already have their claws dug into our media already. So imagine how much more dogmatic the school teachings will become. Like, they won't even teach the true thing. Like, a lot of people, like, I've even gotten comments on, like, Kathy O'Brien. A lot of people have watched that, like, almost 20,000 people. A lot of people seem to like that video. But a lot of people seem to call crock on it and say that, oh, the instant that she brings up neo-Nazism, that's when I knew it was all crap. Like, that was actually a comment I got just less than 24 hours ago. As soon as I heard Nazi, I tuned out. That's what the reader said. Or the listener. And, like, that's actually really key and fundamental, important, that turns the key in the lock to open a total new pathway of information. Because MK Ultra and, like, the US government for these projects were funded by Nazi scientists. It's on Wikipedia. So when she said that, for people to comment and say that's when I know it's all lies, why? Because you didn't even look up that one little, look up everything and see if it was true or not before you make automatic assumptions about anything. Especially, and don't cast it into a love or into a fear. Just take it in. And then when the time comes, when more information is presented to you, then you can make a better judgment call about it. And you can't make better judgment calls about it if you're just always plugged into the Matrix lie. Because, you're not going to hear about Syria, you're not going to hear about Russia. Maybe for, 30 seconds on Ellen where they laugh about it or something, but it's just distractions, and it's going on every day. And it's, if you just do a quick YouTube search, Obama admits dictatorship, you could see, they say that they're going into Russia unless Russia cooperates, it's just going to become more and more difficult for Russia. Meaning they're not backing down. And I don't think that is very respectful at all of other people's free will. Because we have free will. Meaning, if we want to buy into a government system, pay in taxes where some of the money might be used for corrupt war. We don't know, but we're born into it, so everyone else is doing it, so therefore it must be right. Or because the sheep or human nature is to be like the majority. Even if with the actual majority is all if we think that it's all the majority of people, then we're going to behave that way, even if because they've skewed through the media so much what people actually believe. That's why there's no sense to plug into the media, because it's going to affect our free will. The system that we buy into. If it's okay if we want to give up our free will, but you have to understand that the children in Iraq, all the people that have died in Syria, all the blood that has been spilled, whatever reasons the media wanted to give or not, it's not justified, I don't think, anyway. In a free, non-intervention, and the JFK was all about that, non-intervention. Yeah, and then they shot him. So, doesn't that really go to show you the kind of world that we live in? Okay, I'm almost at 10 minutes, so I'm going to cut this short, just because I feel that if I blab on for too long, then it might just be too much. But, I love you, and everyone just chill. And if you're stressing out, go for a walk in the woods. Not through the city, in the woods. Maybe take a drive. And it'll center you and think about things of the world and yourself. Because you are your guide to life. Don't give away your power to someone else, because they will misuse it. Mwah. Love you all. Woo-woo-woo!